evening, and once again, I'm fashionably late. Welcome to day 20 of the 24 Drunken Days of December. We're almost through this. We're almost finished this. You know, that's kind of sad because I actually love doing this. 48 videos in 24 days is not an easy feat. In fact, talking to a few people, they're like, how? Why? You're that crazy. I might not make tomorrow's. I've got to be really good about this and try and get those filmed right quick so I can make them. But that being said, we're not worried about tomorrow. We're worried about today. We're worried about right now. And what are we looking at right here, right now? We're looking at a beer from Omnipollo. Why am I looking at this beer? Sorry, excuse the voice. Well, you know, there's a little story behind this beer. I'm not even going to pronounce that name. If you can see it, come on, focus. You can kind of see it. I'm not even, you see it in the title screen too. Not even going to pronounce that. 8.5% alcohol by volume. Now, when I first started doing beer reviews, I was introduced to a wonderful man by the name of Christian. Christian helped out with, we helped Christian out one year with the 24 Days of December. They did this thing with the Canadian craft beer importers, and they had pretty much the craft beer, like we helped them out with the 24 Days of December for their advent calendar. We did the filming, we did the editing, and we did the posting for them and sending it off to them. They had people come in and do the reviews, explain about the beers for that year, and then afterwards, they looked at us and said, hey, how would you guys like to take a bunch of beer home as thank you for doing such an awesome job in doing this? We did this over 4 days of filming, and it was quite a few beers we went through. We only sipped a few of them, so it was one of those things. But this was one of the first times I ever got to have to do a filming and an editing for somebody in the way of beer. It was actually quite a lot of fun. Myself and, if you remember, Johnny Old School, both him and I worked on this project, and we did it over 24 days. Well, we didn't do it over 24 days. We did it over like 4 episodes, 4 different things, but we did it all pretty much at a certain period of time. We had 3 great people from Alberta come in and check it out. It's actually in my 24 Days of December. I can't remember what year it was. Not 2017, maybe 16. I don't know. Again, I've been doing this for a few years. But afterwards, he asked us to take a bunch of beers home and said, if you want, grab a bunch and go from there. These were all ones that were all left over, and they were not being sold. They're all pretty much demo or I guess a free product that the companies gave to them for them to try in order to be part of their importing company. And one of them was Omnipollo, and it was this one, but it was in a bottle, and it was actually from Omnipollo out of Sweden. This one is actually out of Toronto. I grabbed that one, but I never had it. I didn't like IPAs back then, and I was hesitant to have it, and I hesitated so long that I had to dump it because it was so old. I was a little disappointed with that. But when I saw this come around recently, I thought, you know what? Next time I see this, I'm going to get this. It's not the Sweden version, it's the Toronto version, so it's probably the same recipe. But I promised myself I would have it. And you know what? It came with a little story in regards to the 24 Days of December that I've done. It kind of brings back a little bit of a memory for me. So let's see if this memory, it was a good one, because now I get to have the beer. This was, and it says Rise Up. Oh God, I really hope they don't mean what I think they mean. This was October 26, 2021, this was packaged. And so let's get into this, shall we? And if you ever notice, in my banner on my YouTube page, there is this beer in the bottle. It's actually there. And again, it was one of the ones that I could have tried, but I never did. Now, the first thing I noticed about this, and the first thing I think would be different about this, is the fact that the one that I would have had was going to be a true IPA, a true double IPA. It was not going to be hazy like this, and they probably weren't using the same type of hops. Because if I remember correctly, well, hazy IPAs were not a thing back then. You had the bitter, you had the clear, and you had what was called a very delightful and actually true form IPA. So this one is a little bit different than probably what I would have had. So unfortunately, I can't tell you if it's exactly the same one or not. The smell, yeah, I'm getting those juicy notes. So like the tangerine, a little touch of peach, pineapple. It smells really good. It really does. So you know what? Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. This definitely would not have been the same one that I would have had back then. I don't think they would have had this style back then. I don't think they were working with the juicy hops. That being said, this is still a really good beer. I really do like it. The flavor is really quite nice. You do have a little bit of that juiciness in there, so you have that sweetness come in, and then you do have that bitter bite afterwards. It gives that little bit of a nice little resiny feeling in the back of my throat. The mouthfeel is medium to light bodied. A little bit of carbonation on there, but it's really damn good. This is actually quite delicious. I wouldn't say it's the classic IPA or double IPA or Imperial IPA, which is what this is. I would say that this is the new style. And if I'm wrong, someone can correct me. Because if they've had this one way back in the day, 5 years is like way back in the day for me, 6 years. Then yes, please let me know, because I actually had to throw mine out because I think mine was more of the copper color, clear and everything else for the original one of this. So yeah, it's still a good beer. It's still really delicious. I like it. And for 8.6, the alcohol is very well masked. I'm sure 6 years ago, the alcohol would not have been well masked, and it would have probably been a little bit more harsh, a little bit more bitter. Something that I probably wouldn't have liked back then. Or if I'm wrong, as I got foam all over my mustache, I'm going to be corrected on this. Either or. The score for this one right here is a good, solid 4.25 out of 5. It's really delicious. I really do like this, and I really do enjoy this. It's actually quite good, quite unique in its own style. And I'm really happy that I have this. Would I have it again? Yeah, actually, I probably would. This is actually a beautiful beer. But I would want the actual one from Sweden. I want that one again just to have a comparison of what it is actually like. If the recipe has changed or anything else. It's something I would like to see. But that's really delicious. Really quite unique and really good. Well, I'm going to get going here. Got to do some more filming so I can get some stuff up for tomorrow. Day 21, the shortest day of the year. And I have nothing. I don't have any material yet. Better get on that. What kind of beer will I have for tomorrow as well? I guess we'll find out. Excuse me. That was... allergies are kicking in. Anyways, until tomorrow, I will be back for day 21 for the 21 days of December, where I'm looking at cheese and tea. And I'll be back for the 24 Drunken days of December in the evening. We'll be looking at another beer. 21. Jeez, wow. I don't know where this time has gone. It's gone so quickly, but it's been pretty awesome. Till next time, folks, I am Dan, aka the Western Canadian Reviewer, saying cheers. Stay frosty. We'll see you real soon. Thanks again for joining. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. Hopefully you enjoyed my story before. If so, remember, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and we'll see you for day 21 tomorrow. Have a great night, and please be safe out there.